me tell you about a friend. It's Craig LeBlanc where the good times never end. Talking Parks and Rec, it's a show you gotta know. Welcome one and all to the Daily Parks and Rec Show. It's the Daily Parks and Rec Show.
You know, growing up, I very much gravitated towards team sports. I think there's a lot that individuals can learn from that as far as, time management, responsibility, teamwork, things like that. And what a lot of people really don't realize is that those carry on with you far past. You're really teaching life skills, and you're really, setting them up to, be successful in the future if you can do things the right way and just give them opportunity.
Welcome back to the Daily Parks and Rec Show, live from the 2025 GRPA conference. In this episode, Veronica sits down with Chandler Nobles, athletics coordinator and proud Parks and Rec professional, to talk about finding your path in the field, the power of networking, and why our work is more than a career. It's a calling. From building confidence in young athletes to helping communities recover after COVID, Chandler shares real stories, real lessons, and real inspiration. Let's dive in.
Hello, everyone. We are back with the Daily Parks and Rec Show. I am Veronica, today's host, and with me, I do have Chandler Nobles. Hello, Chandler. How are you? How's it going? Are you enjoying conference?
So far, so good. It's turned out to be a great start to the week, and looking forward to just meeting everybody and attending a ton of classes. So, off to a great start.
Is this your first time, or have you been coming how many years?
So this is my third GRPA conference. The first time I was able to attend was actually in Jekyll the last time they had it. So nice. Jekyll and then Columbus last year and back here again. So this is number 3.
Awesome.
Very much enjoyed this thing.
Yeah. What would you tell someone who is coming here for the very first time?
Coming in for the first time, you'll probably be a little bit intimidated, but, find those opportunities to, shake hands, have conversations with people, find a class buddy, make sure you bring plenty of business cards and take advantage of those afternoon, night networking opportunities. A lot of good stuff happens there. So just put yourself out there is really the biggest piece I can say.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, especially for someone me who is going to be, this is my first conference ever, GRPA here. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, mingling with the crowd, learning about what they do, but also sharing what you do. So yeah, how did you get into the Parks and Recreation field?
Well, I was one of those kids that, just grew up playing sports. I really loved it and enjoyed it all through, high school. And going into college, I really didn't know much about Parks and Recreation as far as, being a career. I was actually along the lines of probably a business major. And then I figured out, I was like, well, I don't know if I could sit behind a desk all day, every day. So I was able to actually find the Parks and Recreation program at East Carolina. So I'm actually a true Parks and Rec guy. I majored in recreation management and just decided to go get my master's in sport management. So just kind of been on that track for the past, 6-7 years.
That's amazing. And what exactly do you do? Like, what's your role and what's like every day?
Yeah. So I'm an athletics coordinator. So I manage our baseball, softball, and soccer programs. Everything from, registration, the admin side of things, finding volunteer coaches, planning game schedules, evaluations, pretty much everything it takes to run a program from start to finish. I do enjoy that because it's always something new every single day.
Yeah. And
kind of the weeks leading up to the season, it's a lot of work, a lot of grind. But once you actually get things going and rolling, it's very rewarding to see the kids out there playing ball and having fun.
Absolutely. And I think like your conversation is a great opportunity to lead into this commercial that we have. I'm going to go ahead and play it up and then I'll ask your opinion about it after.
Every career is a choice, but few careers let you touch lives. Not once in a while, but every single day. Step into a park on a Saturday morning. You'll hear children laughing on the soccer field, families gathering for a picnic, seniors walking the trails, finding health and friendship. And behind every smile, every memory, is a Parks and Rec professional. We don't just mow fields, we grow confidence in young athletes. We don't just build playgrounds, we create safe spaces where childhood thrives. We don't just plan events, we design moments that anchor generations. Think of the coach who teaches patience, the director who champions equity, the staff member who sees potential in a child no one else believed in. Every day, Parks and Rec professionals shape character, preserve beauty, and strengthen community. And the path isn't easy. Budgets are tight, resources stretched thin, but the reward, unmatched. Because what you give comes back in legacy, in healthier communities, in lives forever changed. So why dedicate your life to Parks and Recreation? Because here, your work never ends. It lives on, in laughter echoing across playgrounds, in green spaces preserved for the next century, in the young professionals rising to lead tomorrow. This is not just a career, it's a calling, it's a legacy, it's Parks and Recreation. A message from the Parks and Rec community.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on that video?
Yeah, pretty much hits the nail on the head for me. I know that a lot of people probably feel like this. It's crazy busy. It's long hours sometimes, but we truly are making an impact on these kids, and really planting those seeds for tomorrow. Growing up, I very much gravitated towards team sports. I think there's a lot that individuals can learn from that, as far as time management, responsibility, teamwork, things like that. And what a lot of people really don't realize is that those carry on with you far past the age of 12, 13, playing sports, whatever. But you're really teaching life skills, and you're really setting them up to be successful in the future if you can do things the right way, and just give them an opportunity.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing that you mentioned how you switched majors when you were in school. What would you tell a group of college students who are considering joining the Parks and Recreation field?
Just do your research. Going into it, like I said, I didn't really know much about Parks and Recreation as a career field. But once I got to college, I was able to do my research, and I was like, oh wow, this is something that I can really see myself doing long term. Definitely with the sports background I had. But it extends, far more than that. If you're, really into the maintenance side of things, or therapeutics or aquatics, there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do. So it's very broad. Just do your research and find your avenue and just stick with it.
Absolutely, yeah. And I would like to use this opportunity to go into our next video that I would like to show you. A lot of people don't realize that Parks and Rec is an essential service within the community, and yeah, especially during the COVID shutdown, that was seen heavily. So let's take a look at this, and I'd love to pick your brain about it.
When we talk about essential services, what comes to mind? Police, firefighters, healthcare. But there's another essential service, often overlooked, yet always present. Parks and Recreation. Parks and Rec is health. It's the walking trail that lowers blood pressure, the recreation center where seniors fight isolation, the swim lessons that prevent tragedy before it happens. This isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. Parks and Rec is safety. A playground instead of a street corner, a basketball court instead of trouble, a summer camp where every child belongs. It's not just about activity, it's about protection, prevention, and possibility. Parks and Rec is community, the festival that brings neighbors together, the cultural event that teaches respect and diversity, the open space where a city breathes. It builds bridges where division once stood. It gives people a reason to gather, to connect, to care. And Parks and Rec is economics. It strengthens property values. It drives tourism through events and trails. It saves on healthcare costs. Every dollar invested multiplies, feeding back into schools, into safety, into growth. Essential service is not just about survival, it's about thriving. And Parks and Recreation is where thriving begins. In wellness, in equity, in culture, and in joy. Parks and Rec isn't extra, it's essential. For our health, for our safety, for our communities, for our future. A message from the Parks and Recreation community.
All right. So you mentioned that you were in the Parks and Rec field for about 7 years. So pretty sure you kind of experienced a COVID shutdown in your facility or area. So would you like to elaborate on that? Like, how did that feel for you? How did that impact the community that you serve?
Yeah, so it was very weird, to be honest. Actually, I just started at my current department right as, I joined there in April of 2020. So kind of as I was just being onboarded, the whole world shut down. It was very different. We were getting ready to kick off spring sports, and people were hungry for that. We were getting ready to go, and then all of a sudden it stopped, and that was a lot for people to deal with. Not only from the youth sports programming perspective, but also the tourism piece as well, depending on what part of the country you're in and some of the restrictions. I know specifically in our community that hotel occupancy rates dropped significantly because we weren't hosting the weekend tournaments. The revenues were down, things like that. So it definitely hit the economy pretty hard. As far as the tourism piece goes, and then just people just want to get outside. They want to be together. We are human beings, and we like to be in groups. We like to interact. So once we were able to get things back online, everybody was just like, thank you for letting this happen. We did kind of shut down there for a few months, but once we got our fall sports back up and going with a few limitations on there, people were just so excited to come back. And it was really great to be able to put on, just normal day-to-day life and give them something to look forward to.
Absolutely. Did you feel like when y'all were coming back, like a challenge to get that same amount of numbers after, like pre compared to post?
Yeah. So coming back, it was a slow build. First season back, numbers were, they were hit pretty hard. People were still kind of concerned about the coronavirus. Some of the safety protocols, we implemented a bunch of stuff, kind of tried to do some social distancing stuff in our parks and how we, handle equipment and different things like that. So we have, rebuilt that over the past, handful of years now. We're back, higher than we were pre-COVID in some of our sports. So it was a slow build coming back in the first, maybe season or two. People were still kind of a little unsure about the whole thing, but, everybody has that appetite to, again, kind of be around each other and assume some sort of, normalness, day-to-day life type thing.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Chandler, for joining us today. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, and I hope you have a great GRPA conference this week.
Absolutely. You as well. I appreciate you having me on.
Bye-bye.
Are you a vendor, brand, or service provider ready to connect with the heartbeat of local communities? At DPRS Media Co., we tell the stories shaping parks and recreation across America. Through podcasts, live streams, videos, and newsletters, we reach frontline leaders, city directors, and decision makers every single week. From youth sports and facilities to programming and policy, our audience is your audience. Sponsoring or partnering with DPRS Media Co. puts your brand in front of the professionals who build, budget, and buy for their communities. Launching a new product, growing your presence in public spaces, targeting cities, counties, or departments, DPRS is your trusted media partner. Whether you're in software, turf, aquatics, robotics, smart cities, or special events, partnering with DPRS puts your brand in the story. With commercials, interviews, social campaigns, newsletters, and live shows, we're your media team. Partner with us and grow your impact in the $200 billion parks and rec industry. DPRS Media Co. Stories that move Parks and Rec forward. Your audience is here. Let's meet them.